Your body is the only car that you have, or the only car that you're going to sit in from now till you're old. So why are you not taking care of it? Why are you finding excuses? Why are you always postponing the gym, or postponing eating right, feeding your body with all sorts of processed sugars, processed foods? But if it was a brand new car that you bought and you're going to use till you're old, you're going to make sure that you fill it with premium fuel. And I'm going to emphasize premium fuel. You're going to fill it up with premium fuel. You're going to make sure that you're changing the engine oil regularly. You're going to put the best product in this car because you know you're going to use it. That's the only car you get to drive your entire life. And the same thing with your body. Why not treat your body the same way? Until the break of dawn, I go. Hey guys, welcome back to Maestro Fitness YYC, your ultimate YouTube channel that gives you the best advice for a healthy life. So I want to tell you my story. I started fitness back in ending of 2010, early 2011. I remember back in university, I went home and I wanted a change. I wanted to look a little bit more buff before my next semester. And I recall that I hit this local gym close by, started hitting the weights, no proper training, had no idea when it comes to diet. I was just winging it. Trust me, I made a very terrible mistake because I really had bad habits. I wasn't eating well. I was eating a lot of junk food. It was bad. It was really bad. And what I realized was that I developed really bad habits when it came to food. I was eating late at night. I was eating lots of carbs, lots of fat, very low protein. And I'll go to the gym, see what other people are doing, and try to emulate what they were doing at the gym, which was pretty bad. I know some of you do that. It's not good. Just see that somebody's doing a triceps pull down, somebody's doing a shoulder press, start doing it, trying to look buff. But I was really doing like pretty bad exercises, hurted my joints and all that. But this was all in an effort to look buff before the next semester. Aside having a very poor diet, not having a good routine when I go to the gym, I was also not disciplined. So today I'll go to the gym. The following week, I wouldn't go. Next time I'll find an excuse. Oh, I don't have time. It's too far. Like finding excuses every single time. And this was really hurting me because once you're not consistent at the gym, next time you go, you've lost all the gains and you're starting afresh. It was really terrible for me. So poor diet, not knowing what to do at the gym, not disciplined enough to go to the gym often, and also having a very poor sleep routine. So I'll sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, thinking my muscles were going to recover within those number of hours. I was wrong. I wasn't really following a good sleep routine. Instead of getting the usual 7 to 9 hours of sleep, I was getting like 5 or maybe 5.5 at most. It was pretty bad. So after a period of time, I did some lab tests. Went to see my family doctor, did a couple of lab tests, and I got to realize that my labs were really bad. A full body workout. I realized it was really bad because my LDL was pretty high. My HDL was low. My lipid profile was like just all over the place. So I decided to sit down, get to learn more about diet. And fortunately, I have a bachelor's in human biology. So I had a fair idea about muscles, the parts of the body, the types of muscles we have, recovery and all that. I had a pretty fair idea on that. So researching on exercises or routines wasn't that bad. I knew more about how the body utilizes energy. So it was a very good journey from my point of realization about things I need to do, things I don't need to do to become healthy. It wasn't that bad. And I did a bit of research into sleep, a little bit of research into supplementation, as well as getting a good 1 to 2 hour workout, the things to do in order to exercise certain parts of your body. I think I got a fair idea or a fair hold on it over a period of time. And I would say, as it stands now, the last time I did a body scan, about a month ago, I would say that I've been able to get to 13.2% body fat. And my main target is to get to about 8 to 10% body fat. But I think for now, it's not bad. As some people would say, it's not bad, but I think I can do better. So there were 4 things that I had to pay close attention to. The first was diet. I feel diet constitutes about 70% of fitness. Diet is really important. That's 70%. 10% is exercise. But people rather feel exercise should be higher than diet. But no, once you're able to correct your diet, you cut down the processed foods and all that, and you're eating very healthy. You know the amount of protein you need to take every single day. Once you sort that out, the rest is very easy. So I feel 70% is diet, 10% is exercise. The other 10% is mental, because once you got your mental game strong, hitting the gym, doing the things you need to do becomes pretty easy. And then the remaining 10% is sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, trust me, you're going to lose all those gains. Recovery is going to be a big problem. So the main aim of this YouTube channel is to break it down for people, because lots of channels out there, they're either focusing too much on exercise, or they're focusing too much on diet, or they're focusing too much on sleep. They don't even focus on sleep at all. This channel is to explain why each of these is necessary, why it's important to focus on your diet, focus on exercise, focus on sleep, and focus on your mental. So it's to make you a better man in general. That's the main aim of creating this channel. So I'm going to break down each of these very well for anybody in the world to actually understand. And I'm also going to put up some of the exercises that I do that help me to become fit. And in case you need any one-on-one consultation, one-on-one personal training, we can discuss that too. You can leave a message in the comment section, or check the description. I have my email address that you can shoot me a message. We can talk more on how you can develop each of these. And that's the diet, exercise, mental, and sleep. These are really, really important. As a man, you need to focus on these 4, because your body is going to be the only thing that you're going to rely on till you're old. So there's this analogy that I usually tell people, or even ask people. First thing I'll ask you is that if I were to give you 100, not even 100, if I were to give you 500,000 bucks, that I want you to purchase the best car, like the ultimate car that you'd want to drive your entire life. Like that's the only car that you can drive from now till you're old. What car are you going to buy? Drop it in the comment section. I want to know. If you were given 500,000 bucks to buy a car, I'm sure you're going to do a lot of research. Oh, I want a car that can do this. 0 mileage, can go at this horsepower and all that. So, for instance, 500,000 bucks, you bought the car. Now, how are you going to take care of this car? I know lots of you are going to make sure that you're washing the car every single day. You're cleaning the interior. You're, what else are you going to do? Changing the engine oil every single when you hit the number of kilometers or number of miles on the car, you're going to change the engine oil. You're going to make sure the wiper fluid is intact. The radiator fluid called coolant is also intact. You're going to make sure that you're going to treat this car very well till you're old, because you know that amount of money is buying you a car that you're going to use forever. You're sure you're going to buy the latest car too. So with this same analogy, it's the same analogy as your body. Your body is the only car that you have, or the only car that you're going to sit in from now till you're old. So why are you not taking care of it? Why are you finding excuses? Why are you always postponing the gym, or postponing eating right, feeding your body with all sorts of processed sugars, processed foods? But if it was a brand new car that you bought and you're going to use till you're old, you're going to make sure that you fill it with premium fuel. And I'm going to emphasize premium fuel. You're going to fill it up with premium fuel. You're going to make sure that you're changing the engine oil regularly. You're going to put the best product in this car, because you know you're going to use it. That's the only car you get to drive your entire life. And the same thing with your body. Why not treat your body the same way? Would you rather like to take greasy food, processed foods, eating out, knowing very well that you don't get to change this body again? You're going to keep this body till you're 80, 90, 100 before you pass away. So why don't you take very good care of that body? Make sure that you're changing the engine oil regularly, taking it for daily, annual checks or servicing, whatever you call it. But I'm sure some of you watching me have never gone to see your family doctor to even do labs for you to know whether you're healthy or not. You don't do it. But for your car, you're going to do it. Some of you have never been to the dentist to check your teeth, to make sure your teeth or your gums are healthy. No. Most of you don't even exercise. You don't even want to hear anything about fitness. But trust me, this body that is serving you right now is going to be the same body that's going to be taking care of you when you're in your late 80s, 90s, 70s, or even 100 if you live to get to that age. So I feel it's really important that as men, we take very good care of our body. It's not all the time that you need to go chase girls. It's not all the time that you need to concentrate too much on making all the money in the world. What's going to happen if you make all the money in the world and you don't have the body to live in? You make $1 million, $200 million, and you're not healthy enough to see what that money could do for you. It's not the best. It's not the best. And I feel as men, it's time we put our feet down and try to do what is right. And in order to get a healthy body, as I mentioned, you need to focus on your diet, focus on sleep, focus on your mental, and you also need to focus on exercising too. So these are the 4 topics that we're going to touch on as the weeks go by. So there's a quote that I always like to refer to from time to time. And this quote says that you lose 3 to 8% of your muscle every decade after the age of 30. By 70, your legs can't even support your body weight. You fall, you break your hip, you never recover, and we're going to discuss that. So once you hit the age of 30, every decade, you're losing about 3 to 80% of your muscles. A lot of people don't know this. They feel that, once I have these muscles, they're going to last me a lifetime. No. There's this natural body process that we call sarcopenia. And sarcopenia is you losing muscles over a period of time. This starts in your 30s and accelerates around your 50s. So this isn't about aesthetics, it's actually about survival. Loss of muscle means loss of strength, loss of balance, metabolic function, and independence. Most people accept it as inevitable aging. It's not aging, it's disuse. Your body is constantly deciding, do we need this muscle or we don't need it? If you're not using it, your body thinks to itself, we don't need this anymore, let's break it down. By the time you're 70 years, you've lost all those muscles that you built at the age of 30. By the time you're 70, you've lost about 30 to 40% of the muscles that you built at the age of 30. Your legs can't support your body weight. You struggle to get out of the chair. And even at a point, you can't even carry groceries. And I'll be real with you, muscle loss can kill you. No jokes about it. Falls are actually the number one cause of death in elderly people. Most falls happen because your legs can't support your body weight anymore. Once you fall and break your hip at 75, you have a 50% chance of dying within a year. And actually, it's not the fall that kills you, it's the immobility and decline that follows. You can't walk, you can't move, you end up losing more muscle, your metabolism shuts down, your immune system weakens. Muscle loss is not about looking frail, it's about becoming frail. Frailty leads to dependence. Dependence leads to a nursing home. Nursing homes are not for sick people. Nursing homes are for weak people. Muscle is a metabolic armor. Your muscles are your body's glucose disposal system. When you eat carbohydrates, glucose enters your bloodstream. Your muscles pull that glucose and use it for energy. The more muscle you have, the better your insulin sensitivity. The less muscle you have, the worse your blood sugar control. Elderly people with low muscle mass have higher rates of type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and cardiovascular diseases. Muscle isn't just structural, it's metabolic protection. Lose your muscle, lose your metabolic resistance. After age 30, your hormones shift. Testosterone drops 1 to 2% per year. Growth hormone declines. IGF-1 decreases. Less anabolic stimulus means muscles break down faster than they rebuild. If you're the type of person who is sedentary, this accelerates 10 times faster. I know some of you will sit at the desk all day, driving everywhere, you don't walk, you don't do any heavy lifting. That's a sedentary lifestyle. By age 50, you've lost significant strength. By 60, it's accelerating. By 70, you're frail. But here's the key. This is optional. Hormones decline. That's biology. But muscle loss, it's a choice. Resistance training overrides the biological decline. Resistance training overrides the hormonal decline. It forces the body to maintain muscles regardless of your age. And I always tell people, cardio doesn't save you. Running, cycling, swimming, they're all good for your cardiovascular system, or let's say your heart and blood vessels, but they are useless for preventing muscle loss. Cardio doesn't build muscle. I see a lot of people at the gym hitting cardio every single day. Cardio doesn't build muscle. It can actually accelerate muscle loss if you're in a caloric deficit. Chronic cardio plus low protein plus calorie restriction equals to rapid muscle wasting. You see it every day in marathon runners, don't you? Skinny, frail looking, low muscle mass. Cardio trains your heart. It doesn't train your muscles to stay strong. You need progressive overload with heavy weights. What actually works is resistance training. Lifting heavy weights is the only proven method to help reverse sarcopenia. Lifting heavy weights is the only proven method to reverse and prevent sarcopenia. Studies have shown that 70-year-olds can build muscles like 30-year-olds with proper training. You don't lose the ability to build muscles. You just stop giving your body the stimulus. Progressive overload is equal to gradually increasing reps or weight over a period of time. That's progressive overload. That's a signal that your body needs to maintain and build muscle. It works at 30. It works at 70. The mechanism is the same. Resistance training forces your body to adapt, to get stronger, to keep the muscle it has and build more. My protocol is simple. 3 to 4 times weekly resistance training minimum. So with that, we're going to focus on compound movements. Squats to strengthen your legs, glutes and core. Deadlifts to strengthen your posterior chain, grip and core. Presses for your chest, shoulders, and triceps, rows for your back, biceps, and grip. Lift heavy enough so that the last 2 to 3 reps are hard. If you can do 15 reps, it's too light. You need 6 to 12 reps where the last few are challenging. Your body adapts when you force it to. You don't need any fancy equipment. A barbell, dumbbell, and body weight is enough. And remember, protein is non-negotiable. Repeat after me. Non-negotiable. Yeah, protein is non-negotiable. You can train perfectly, but without enough protein, your muscles can't rebuild. Older adults need more protein than younger people. Most elderly people are protein deficient. Most people are eating toast, soup, cereal, fruits, maybe 40 to 50 grams of protein per day, which is not enough. Without adequate protein, your body cannibalizes muscle for amino acids. Every meal should have about 30 to 40 grams of protein minimum. In order to calculate your daily amount of protein intake for muscle mass, you should multiply your target body weight by 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilograms. So for instance, I had a target weight of about 85 kilos. So at that time, I think I was around 90 kilos. So in order to calculate my daily protein intake, I multiplied 85 kilos by the lower border, that's 1.6. So 85 times 1.6 was 136 grams per day. So that was the least amount of protein that I was supposed to get every single day. So you need to train hard, eat protein, and build muscle. The difference between independence and dependence in old age is what you decide to do today. What's it gonna be? Start lifting, stay strong, stay independent. The reason I ventured into fitness was the fact that I didn't want to look frail in my old age. I wanted to be strong enough to play with my kids, to go around doing my daily activities. So aesthetics was not really a primary thing for me. It wasn't the fact that I wanted to look buff and all. That's a secondary thing. The main thing is to build enough muscle for metabolic use, to help me grip things properly in my old age, and also to stay healthy in my old age, to play with my grandkids and all. So what's your reason for getting into fitness? Tell me, drop it in the comment section. I hope you liked today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and buy me coffee in the description. All right, appreciate it. Hope you liked today's video. Catch you later.